You must be doing something right.
Then, so this acquisition was by Symphony, so you spent some time there.
Yes, we had a lock-in period of 3 years, so we had to, we did that, grew Symphony India, Pune, and then we again came out as soon as our lock-in period was.
And you did,
Yeah.
you did some lots. About who?
Yeah, so we drew lottery because all 3 senior people can't live together, so we drew lots and I was the last person. So Hemant came out first, then Shirish, and this time I was the last person. We came out 4 months apart.
Okay. And then you started something very interesting. Even before Sapient, there was something called N factorial.
Yes, so we were not very clear what we want to do. We said, okay, in the meanwhile, till we understand what we want to do, we can at least help other companies, like what you're doing at TIE now. But we said, okay, we'll mentor, we'll give share our experience with any Pune-based startup. We didn't want to travel much. We were being lazy, so any Pune-based software startup that is there, we will help them with business and so on. Because I knew from my old company, we had all learned that we have a lot of very good people with very good ideas, but they lack business part of it. So we started this company called N Factorial, where we were mentoring companies. We I think mentored around 8 to 10 companies.
In fact, some of you may have read Shirish's book on entrepreneurship. I forget the title now.
From
he has
Big to Great or something. I don't remember that.
It's a McGraw-Hill book, so it's
yes.
And it has all these case studies of the companies that he mentored.
Yes.
And it's a very interesting book. But now this might be interesting to our chartered members here who are trying to mentor people. What is your learning of how best to mentor companies?
I think it's it is probably the similar ratio that you have with that VCs have, that only 1 in 10 companies successful. So similarly, I would say out of those 10 companies, there were 2 companies where, 3 actually, where we say we enjoyed mentoring. At other places, the issue with the mentoring was that those guys were good, intentions were good, but after all, we are meeting them once every week. They might or might not be able to tell you each and every internal details of the issues that they are facing. So when we used to advise them, sometimes those advices are probably not fully applicable because we didn't understand the full implications of other things that were there. And sometimes it could be the other thing also that they understand and we are giving good advices. Some of those things that we have learned and applied in our current company.
Were you investing in those companies as well?
No, we were not investing.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually we helped those companies raise money.
Okay, but you didn't yourself invest.
No,
so
we
you remained a kind of a
yes.
mentor only.
Yeah, we actually thought of that, but we stayed away from that because the relationship gets skewed if you do it.
Is it?
Yeah, very, very badly skewed. Because you are mentoring and you want to mentor from a little bit outside. You don't want to go too deep inside, but this has limitations also because you give advice which you think are very reasonable. The CEO there also agrees it's very reasonable advice, and it will be frustrating at times when you see we all agree to these 10 things that you need to do, but at the end of it, most of those things are not being done. There are a couple of companies where we enjoyed it, but many other places it was not really very useful.
So then you founded your current company, Sapient.
Yes. So that time, so we were 3 founders, and Swati Devdar was not really one of the founders in the previous company, Shirish's wife. She had an idea, and which was in fact something that we had toyed with even in Symphony days. And we liked that idea, and we said, okay, let's not do something on this. So we slowly wound down on the mentorship part and fully started working on this.
So how do you put all of your experience of all the things that you have done into this company, and what kind of things did you do differently when you are starting this company?
I don't know whether we are actually putting all the learnings into practice or not, but yeah, there are definitely few things that we saw in this previous company, either we were mentoring or my own previous company, that we definitely have taken care of. And one thing is, recently I was again talking to a couple of guys who had a product for unmanned aerial vehicles. Okay, And they were struggling with the same issue that I had struggled with in my EGS days, and I used to see many of our companies that unless my product is perfect, I'm not going to release it in market. And by the time you release it in market, the market might have gone, or maybe market was never even there. So we were very clear right from day one that I'll start selling my product the moment even one feature can be used. And it has worked. It definitely has. That because you get feedback from real customer, and they will guide your product. So that is something that we definitely.
So that's about the features and so on.
Yeah.
The other challenge is also servicing those customers, those early adapters who have put their trust in you. And so what
Yes.
kind of thinking you had around that?
Actually, there, I would say some of our customers or some of our companies that we were mentoring, they were already doing a pretty good job on that. In fact, we learned from them. Also, some were not doing so well on that, and we were also very clear that we decided, in fact, when we started selling the product, that we will use what we call expanding spider web model. Okay. I don't know whether it's a standard term or not, but the whole idea was we want to grow, but we will bite only the amount that I can chew at this time. So our product came out in 2010, the first this thing. First we went to a couple of friendly customers, installed the product, found the issues, etc. that were there in that. Within 6 months we were selling to a few other companies, not necessarily friendly but smaller company in Pune. We were very clear, I'm not going to sell the product to any place outside Pune. Cost of sales becomes much lower, and I know that Pune has lot of possible customers for us. So sell there, work very closely with the customer, make sure that they're 100% satisfied with what I'm selling. And then we said, okay, now I'm ready to sell outside. And this year we have decided that now we are ready to sell outside India. And we've already got few customers outside India, hired sales people outside India and so on. So that is also something that we decided. Like, grow slowly, but wherever you become a king of your jungle before you go to the next jungle.
This is the first time you've also taken venture funding.
Yes.
None of your previous
Yes.
ventures had any funding.
Yeah.
How does that make a difference? Good and bad both.
Bad, you get diluted. You get seriously diluted. So that's the bad part. Good part is probably gives you more confidence to expand more quickly. So you can go to the next level of orbit much more easy. So otherwise we would be still trying to sell from India in US. But now I am going to have dedicated sales team in US. And I can already see its impact. Okay. So that wouldn't have happened if we did not really have this confidence that we have this funding. And when we got previous funding, we hired a really high power salesperson who was earlier heading Dell India sales for non-Dell product. I couldn't have afforded him. Actually, later on we realized that we did have that much revenue, but you don't have that much confidence that whether to spend so much money on such a high-powered salesperson or not. But that has worked out extremely well for us. So it did help. Funding did help.
Is it like now that you have run 3-4 successful companies?
I have a question here.
Yeah.
Like at what point did you guys raise money like to start with first?
So our situation is very different from what you have in India and what you have in US. Okay, so when we were helping mentoring companies and help them raise funding, that time itself, and we did help, in fact, two companies get VC funding and some angel investment. We did realize that situation is very different in India than in US. In US also things have changed significantly. You do not get funding on ideas. Okay, you have to build a product and take it to the level that you have customer and you are making money. If I have time, I'll just share quickly the experience in all the 3 levels of funding that we got. We first got angel funding, okay, angel level funding from India Angel Network, and they heard about us from few guys or some exhibition that we put up our thing on, and they called us saying that if you are interested, why don't you come and talk to us. So I, Shirish and Swati went to Bombay to discuss with them, and I remember there, everyone was in tie suit, etc. We were very badly dressed. But when we went inside, they asked us, okay, tell me why do you